Today we're flying in reality and also metaphorically. And I hope we're not going to crash in reality, but we might crash metaphorically. But it's getting too confusing. Let's just start and you'll see what I mean. Right. So the other day I read Pat Flynn's book, Will It Fly? And Pat Flynn is great. It's amazing. He's the master of passive income, and this book is about starting a new business. And you should check out Pat. I will link his channel below. Just give me a second. Right, so his book, Will It Fly, is a step-by-step guide for anyone who wants to start a new business. And if you're planning for a new business adventure, I think you should definitely read it. There's some really good advice in there. But in reality, nothing can prepare you for launching a new business. It doesn't matter if you read all the books in the world on the subject, or if you watch all the YouTube videos about this, or you sign up for all the online classes. It doesn't matter. Unless you start doing it and launch the business, there's no way you will get the feel and you'll get the experience of what is to be expected in the future.
It's really like being in a university. You go to a class, you pass your exams, and after you're done, 1 month later, you don't remember anything at all.
Unless you had a practical side to it. So for example, I remember in my university years, I had to do a lot of presentations. And right now, I don't remember anything else about studying in the university, but I'm left with the feeling of presenting in front of people, and I got the experience. So now when I have to go out and speak, I don't have problem even if it's like 100, 200 or 2000 people, because I got the practical experience of doing it over and over again, and I got used to it. It's pretty much the same with starting a new business. I've had the opportunity to launch a few businesses, fly them for some time and then crash them massively. And right now I'm in the midst of developing a new idea for a business. But before I give you some examples, let me just give you a very simplified approach to understand whether your idea will fly or crash. You need to ask yourself just 2 questions. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. 2 questions. The first question you want to ask yourself is, what's the worst that can happen? Or in other words, what I'm willing to lose in order to make this business a reality. It could be money, it could be friends, it could be time, or maybe you lose your wife because you're working too much and she doesn't like it. Are you prepared for those risks, and is it worth it? Is the idea worth it, losing some of those things? The second question is, how much are you in love with this idea? Are you ready to invest all your time and efforts in order to make it happen? Will you hustle through a number of years without seeing any kind of result? And if you're not, why would you bother even starting it? Going back to my examples, in university I had the opportunity to participate in a business plan contest. And I was lucky enough to win it, together with $5,000. My idea was to launch a distribution business for probiotics, and I kind of liked it. You know, it was related to health, which I'm interested in. Back then, probiotics were not so popular, so it was a great niche for development. And the first thing I did was ask myself the question, what's the worst that can happen? Okay, I need to invest a lot of time. I will probably lose some money, which I won, and maybe some more, which was fine with me. So on this side of the question, I was like, great, okay, no problem. Let's move to the next one. And my second question was how much I love this idea. And the fact of the matter was that, okay, I'm interested in it, but I'm not crazy in love with it. I wouldn't be able to enjoy it with time so much that I would invest all my energy for a number of years before I see the results. So basically, I didn't fly the idea, although I got the money, I just crashed it before we even actually took off. The second business that I launched was more of a side hustle. It was a very personalized service for inexperienced drivers, so basically me and 2 friends were helping them develop their skills, feel more confident and be safer on the road. So this time, what was the worst that could happen? The conditions were even better because this was a service and we had close to nothing as an investment in money. We all had to invest some time, but that was pretty much it. The second question, was I in love with it? Hell yeah, I loved driving and I loved teaching people to drive. So for me it would be a great experience and it will leave me with a very positive feeling after each lesson. And within a month the business took off amazingly. We even got featured in the national television, so the calls started coming one after the other. And we ran the business for some time, but then at some point we faced scalability issues and we were all limited by time. So it was a decision to be made. And you know what? I decided to just crash the idea by myself because I thought the efforts that we're investing are not equal to the returns that we're expecting. But I enjoyed every step of the process, of course. It's -60. I need to either get a studio or start shooting shorter videos. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, well, first of all, make sure that you have those two questions in front of you when you're deciding to start a business. And make sure that especially the second one is with a positive yes. Yes, you love it. And the second point that I'm trying to make is that you have to love the process and not the end goal. Imagine this, you have an amazing goal, you want to start a business and you want to reach 200,000 profits by the end of the 5th year. But you're too focused on the end goal. And you do this and you work hard at by the end of the 4th year, you're like, oh my god, I'm nowhere near this. I'll probably not reach it. I'm going to massively fail. Well, that might be the truth, but if you're enjoying every step of it, you will not feel this burden, you will not feel this pressure. You will just feel happy. And at the end of the 5th year, if you don't reach that goal, so what? You have had so much fun during the process. And even if the business fails after the 3rd year, if you're just focused on the end goal, you'll be like, oh my god, I feel terrible about this. But if you're learning and experiencing every step on the way to this failure, you will love it. And trust me, you will not care that this is failed. It's actually not failure, it's called experience if you're enjoying it. Using this approach, no matter the idea, no matter what the outcome will be, even if your idea takes off and you make it fly, or if you crash it, you will enjoy every single step of the process. And after enough crashes, you will learn how to crash like a boss and use everything that you have learned in your next adventure and probably make it even more successful. So that is it for today, guys. Enjoy the process, fly your ideas, crash them like bosses, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Where's my sunscreen? Maybe I should put some sunscreen on.